It's definitely close to the end of an era. The signs are here and are pointing to the close of the performance days of one of the world's greatest ever country musicians, Dolly Parton. Well, Dolly Parton confirms retirement from touring, a new rock album, and if you really want to know more about it, then watch till the end of this video. Early beginnings. Dolly Rebecca Parton is an American singer-songwriter, actor, philanthropist, and entrepreneur who was born on January 19, 1946. She is well recognized for her work in country music. After finding success as a songwriter for others, Dolly Parton released her first album, Hello, I'm Dolly, in 1967. This led to success for the rest of the 1960s, both as a solo artist and with a string of duet albums with Porter Wagoner before her sales and chart peak occurred in the 1970s and lasted into the 1980s. Parton had less commercial success with her albums in the 1990s, but she found mainstream success once again in the new millennium. Since then, she has released albums on a variety of independent companies, including her own company, Dolly Records. Over 100 million of her recordings have been sold globally. Despite being rewarded now, this streak of a beautiful lifetime career is gradually drifting to a close. Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will officially induct Dolly Parton, Pat Benatar, Duran Duran, Eminem, Eurythmics, Lionel Richie, and Carly Simon on November the 5th. The induction will be broadcast live on HBO and HBO Max from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. Despite significant controversy surrounding her first candidacy and her withdrawal from the race, Dolly finally changed her mind and was elected. Dolly Parton agreed to do an interview with print magazine Polestar for this week's cover story before she was inducted into the Hall of Fame. She revealed some fairly significant information in her interview with Polestar, one of the top periodicals for live music and traveling. "I do not think I will ever tour again," Dolly Parton confirms to the publication, "but I do know I'll do special shows here and there, now and then. Maybe a long weekend of shows or just a few shows at a festival. But I have no intention of going on a full-blown tour anymore. I've done that my whole life, and it takes so much time and energy." This does signal the end of an era. Even if Dolly Parton has been so preoccupied with other endeavors that she hasn't been a traveling performer much since the beginning of her career. Dolly Parton's most recent significant tour took place in 2016 in conjunction with the release of her album Pure and Simple. 60 shows were performed by Parton throughout the US and Canada. Dolly said that she no longer wanted to be away from home for weeks or months at a time and intended to spend their last years together closer to home since she was 76 years old and her husband Carl Dean was 80 years old. "I like to stay a little closer to home with my husband," Dolly said. "We're getting older now and I don't want to be gone for 4 or 5 weeks at a time. Something could happen. I would not feel right about that if I were gone and somebody needed me. Or I would feel bad if I had to leave a tour if somebody got sick at home and needed me and then I had to walk out on the fans." Dolly has previously said that if she had her way, she would pass away on stage and has no desire to take a true retirement. "There's a whole lot to be said for loving your work and having confidence in yourself. I never once thought of retiring," she told People in 2018. "I just hope I fall dead in the middle of a song, hopefully one I wrote right on stage. That's the way I go. But if my husband needed me or someone in my family, I would put him first. I've always put myself first and my career first, but if something were to happen to him, I would pull back on that. I'd still find a way to work, still find a way to be productive." Additionally, Dolly revealed some information about her next rock and roll album, which she plans to make in order to alleviate her guilt at being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She composed a song called Rockin', which she intends to sing during the induction performance, and she also has plans to record a rock rendition of Stairway to Heaven, which she has previously done in bluegrass style. Along with Ed Sheeran, Hart, Stevie Nicks, and goddaughter Miley Cyrus, she has also asked Robert Plant and Jimmy Page to contribute to the song. "Well, I am. When I got nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I thought, well, no better time to do it. I'd always wanted to do it. My husband is a big hard rock and roll fan, and for years I thought, one of these days I'd like to do an album mainly just for him, just to kind of do it. When I got nominated, I thought, why not just go ahead and do it while the iron's hot? Maybe have some of the greats, the legends of rock and roll, sing along with me," she says. "I'm gathering all that stuff and notifying a few people. When I get leveled out from finishing the movie Run, Rose, Run, hopefully I'm going to have a really good album. I'm looking forward to it." Career achievements. Recording Industry Association of America (RIAA) certifications for Parton's songs include gold, platinum, and multi-platinum accolades. She set a record for a female performer by having 25 songs hit #1 on the Billboard country music charts, tied with Reba McEntire. She has 110 career-charting singles over the last 40 years and 44 top 10 country albums in her career, a record for any singer. Her more than 3,000 compositions include I Will Always Love You, a two-time U.S. country chart topper for Whitney Houston, as well as Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and 9 to 5. She has appeared in movies like Rhinestone, 1984, Steel Magnolias, 1989, Straight Talk, 1992, Joyful Noise, 1993, and 9 to 5, 1980, for which she received Golden Globe nominations for Best Actress. She also starred in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, 1982, and The Best Little Whorehouse in 1980. 2012. She has received 50 nominations for awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award, 11 Grammy Awards, including Entertainer of the Year, 10 Country Music Association Awards, 5 Academy of Country Music Awards, including Entertainer of the Year, 4 People's Choice Awards, and 3 American Music Awards. She is one of only 7 female artists who have won the Entertainer of the Year from the Country Music Association. She is also among a limited handful of people who've been nominated for an Academy Award, a Grammy Award, Tony Award, or Emmy Award at least once. Parton was admitted to the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1999, and now she's received a nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2022, which she originally rejected but then accepted. The Hall of Fame later said that Parton would be admitted. She co-owns the Dollywood Company, which oversees a variety of entertainment venues, including the Dollywood Theme Park, the Splash Country Water Park, and a number of dinner theaters, including the Dolly Parton Stampede and Pirate's Voyage, in addition to her role in the music business. She's established many humanitarian and philanthropic organizations, the most notable of which is the Dollywood Foundation, which is in charge of several initiatives to combat poverty and promote education in East Tennessee, where she grew up. Japewelia dollypartonia, a newly identified species of lichen, was given that name in 2015 in recognition of Dolly Parton's songs and her efforts to draw attention to the Southern Appalachians on a national and international scale. Alongside Linda Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris, Parton was inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2018 in honor of their collaborative work. Along with holding the records for the most decades with a top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart and the most hits on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart by a female artist, Parton was honored in the Guinness World Records 2018 edition for her work with For King & Country on their song God Only Knows in 2020, which saw Parton win a Grammy. She was on the Times 100 list of the 100 most important people in the world in 2021. Due to her husband's condition and the growing epidemic, Parton twice declined the Presidential Medal of Freedom. She issued a statement requesting the legislature to withdraw the measure from consideration in response to a 2021 Tennessee legislative plan to create a monument of Parton, stating, "Given everything that is going on in the world, I don't believe placing myself on a pedestal is appropriate at this time." Dolly Parton is one of the most revered female country musicians of all time, and the wrap of her singing career is a big one to take in the music industry. She's conquered territories with the mic, and as long as country music is talked about, Dolly Parton will always be talked about.